Good afternoon and welcome once again to another exciting edition of Inside ProCents, where our purpose is simple: to showcase our members, to shed a little light on the value that ProCents is providing to our industry players, and most of all, to let you hear that value directly from our members' lips. My name is Devin Anderson, and I'm the president here at ProCents. I am joined by our CEO, Mr. Matt Russell. JR who's normally in this, has a little thing going on, so we're giving him an excuse out of the picture, and we are ready to roll. Matt, would you like to say anything before we get started?
Well, I'm excited for this with Michael and E2 coming into the environment. Their product offering tends to offer itself to a lot of different applications, which is great for the environment and our buyers within the environment. So can't wait for people to hear more about it and learn more about Michael and E2.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, today we are featuring, as Matt so eloquently stated, our newest ProCents seller within the ProCents environment, Mr. Michael Kwong, the co-founder of E2 Lighting based out of Grapevine, Texas. Good afternoon, Michael, and welcome to Inside ProCents.
Well, thank you. Glad to be here.
Right on. Well, we're looking forward to exploring your organization and letting the masses know who you are and why you do what you do. As always, we begin by shining the light on you and your organization with a little self-promotion. So start off, tell us a bit about E2 Lighting. And then, in addition to that, give us a little deeper dive into E2's commitment to developing new products through continuous innovation.
Yes. I started a company back in 2013. I was actually living in China, and so I'm very close to the supply chain, all the different manufacturing. And just throughout the whole industry as it kind of innovate and transform. And we basically more focus on the integrated with battery backup with the LED fixtures and tubes. We feel that we can solve a very particular niche where people are installing battery with the LED. A lot of the contractor that does the installation, a lot of time, they get confused in terms of the wiring. So I want to take it another notch and basically be more emphasizing in the just getting that connection. Because even people using the battery backup, they still can't figure out, well, the installer can't figure out sometimes, which it's connecting, what's more compatible with which LED because of the variations of the drivers and the currents and the voltage. And so we want to integrate that and offer a concrete solution and without any guesswork.
That's great. That's great. It kind of brings up a couple of questions for me. Like, battery backup is something that gets incorporated into almost every project at some level, and I've done it in my own projects where like you said, some of the compatibility issues are a big deal. What are you finding as it relates to integrated, where it's a part of the fixture as opposed to a separate function or a separate piece of installed product? What about integrated battery backup do you think solves most of the challenges that they have with this type of an application?
Well, even for some of my other customers, even though they know about the product that we have, they're still asking for solutions. Oh, I have, give you an example, right? I have a fluorescent fixture, and they changed it all LED. And they said, hey, we want to put a battery backup. So what kind of a driver do you have for that, right? They still can't even think of the different various solutions that could be applied. And he was thinking about connecting it all 4 tubes with the battery backup. And I'm like thinking, that sounds really complicated, right? Since I already have the tube, but if he knows about it and he still didn't put that together, said, you know what, you can just choose 3 different tubes, right? And you would connect one tube with the battery backup, and you solve the issue of getting a separate battery backup and tying up to that tube. So a lot of the solutions that people do, they think of it afterwards. So therefore, we're still selling LED driver as a separate unit. And that's because they didn't think of it beforehand, even though all the projects, every architect, every design, there's no LED without, it's building code, right? That you need the battery backup. But a lot of time when they do the installation, they don't think about that yet until they meet that. Oh, wait, we got to get a battery backup. Okay, then they order the driver by itself and try to compare it with the project, right, to get it done. So if they can work with us and have a better planning, and they could definitely save a lot of time and effort in installing and try to figure it out. And the worst case, when everybody's, like I said, they want the project, they want the goods yesterday, right, instead of today. And now we have a solution. They don't have to be stressing out. And hey, if this your battery, can it install with my current LED systems? So if they do a little bit more planning ahead, right, and that'll make their job easier, and they're, wouldn't be stressing out on what's going on. And in our industry, everybody's always rushing, right? So this is another piece of the puzzle. They got it done. And so we've been having great success in terms of people are waking up to it though. They don't want to get caught with the not having light, and in terms of designing, yes, that's why they're coming to us, and don't worry about the integration part.
Yeah, that's interesting. You're defining really a very repetitive story that's out in the industry, and that's the design phase and that discovery phase on the front end, which plagues a lot of technical situations like controls and other software driven solutions. You have to really think about this stuff early, not in the moment. That's when it becomes a big problem. So I think what I hear from you is that you have a solution that can help on the front end with efficiency and a good specification by thinking ahead of the game. But you also have, because you have product that's integrated, because it doesn't have to be done after the fact, that you actually have a solution for those who don't take the time on the front end and need that quick solution for their application. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes. Well, and this oftentimes the customer buys the battery from us, right? And says, oh wait, how do you connect it again? Can you send us pictures? I mean, we're still trying to bridge that gap in terms of getting it connected. So we have contractors calling us and on site, right? Say, hey, we thought we knew how to do it, but we didn't know how to do it. Can you help us, right? So we're trying to make videos and still educate, and even the driver, we're trying to do some YouTube videos and get people more acclimated with tying up with LED and emergency battery backup, because I feel a good 60-70% of the contractors, the installers out there, right? They still, even though they have the wire diagram, they still have different view of getting it connected. And you'd be surprised, even though we have it even connected already, we still have people taking it and reconnecting and messing and burning up the battery backup as well. So we do have cases like that. I mean, I think it's still normal, but yeah, we definitely want to educate our customer and the people we work with to how they should be connected and properly connected, and without worrying about shorting out the circuit even during the installation.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I'm going to hand you over here to the ultimate leader that I've ever worked with, Mr. Matt Russell, having the man who, having recently been identified as that man on the 18th green at Oakmont, seen whipping his caddy and blaming him for his horrendous putt, which ultimately flew past the hole and into the adjacent bunker. Pathetic. I give you Mr. Matt Russell, our CEO and fearless leader, who is now up and in. Matt, the fairway is all yours.
Oh, Jesus. Michael, welcome. Welcome to the show. Now that right there took some planning right there on his part, because he has no clue about golf.
I had to look it up.
So, Michael, I love that you've solved solving issues for the contractor and making it easy to install. So one of the things I just want to highlight with that there is the cost of LEDs is, since I've gotten to the environment many years ago and seen the cost of products come down, and yes, they've gone up a little bit over the last 2 or 3 years. Prices are still down from where they were 8 years ago, significantly. But the one thing that hasn't gone down is the cost of labor, and then also the time. So having a solution like you have is absolutely phenomenal. And I hope more people look at it and seeing the application and how much time and money it can save. And then also the guesswork. Because if you have a single point solution, if you have a problem, you know where the problem lies, as opposed to having to guess where the things lie, and then it becomes a warranty issue, or just someone questioning who, and people tend to get their feelings hurt. But with that, one of the things I noticed on the website with E2 is that y'all offer a Bluetooth mesh. So obviously with Bluetooth mesh and the controls with DLC and seeing the control factor of LED lighting becoming more and more rebatable, where lighting rebates are decreasing, rebates are increasing. So can you give us just a couple applications that you might see best suited for your Bluetooth mesh?
In terms of the Bluetooth mesh, we are making that with the smart troffer. And I do see that it's being driven by the rebates. I think in the Illinois market, it's been very it's been very big in terms of the rebates out there, and they wanted the higher wattage on the fixture and equipped with the smart sensor with the PIR sensor. That's been the bigger driver in the market space, and I'm hearing it's in California as well. So certain market in possibly in the East Coast as well. So I'm not hearing anything in the Midwest or in the middle of the country. So a lot of the coastal locations are moving very aggressive in terms of the rebates. That's driving that. And yeah, with the smart sensor, they have the ability to group them, design what color temperature need to come up, to be manipulated at certain time of the day. At the 3000 K when it's warm, and the 5000 K when you want to be alert, and and be working maybe at the 4000 K. So,
how complex are the controls at this point? Are they integratable with larger scale multi-facility management scenarios? Can you do multiple things? How far can you control your system? And how much of it is, if it is at all, is it in that IoT sphere at this point, or is it really just standardized controls?
In terms of managing, I think it's pretty simple. So basically you turn on the fixture when the app is on, it'll find it, and you plug the next one, you name the fixture. It's almost as simple as the thing they sell on Amazon, but this is more a commercial grade. That like for example, you log into your phone, you need to connect to your Wi-Fi. And so this Bluetooth mesh will connect the different controls, right, and the different fixtures that you have, and you group them. You set a certain brightness, a certain temperature, and everything's you set. You could just leave, and it'll self manage the timing. When it goes off, come on, what color temperature needs to be, and you want to activate by the motion sensor as well, so you can get that all set. And I think it's pretty simple to implement.
Right on. Matt, you got another one?
Yeah. So one of the things that I believe in is synergy with any partner. And in the past, we've had people talk about people enjoy ProCents because the vetting process has already been done. And we've tried to convey our message here at ProCents with communication, consistency, and meeting of expectations. Where's the overlap for you, and what's important for you to convey to the environment and those that might be looking to come into the environment in those three environments, the communications, consistency, and meeting of expectations with E2?
Well, I think the ProCents core culture, it's very much aligned with how we feel about how we should be enact as well. So I really enjoy the fact that we get the face-to-face interview and introduce our company to be aligned with ProCents. And I like what drive home the most is the part that we need to reply as soon as possible, and that's really being getting the answer quickly and be relentless seeker of solutions. It's really how we can. I see myself aligned with ProCents, and I think that the people that coming into this environment should have that attitude, and on both ends, because sometimes we reply to the customer and the customer doesn't get enough information, right? They should reciprocate in the back and forth, and I think that's something that's going to create a lot of synergy and also a value added for everybody that's participate in this ecosystem.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed our conversation when we went through the onboarding, because as I told Matt, our view of the industry and of our responsibility within it, I think was very much aligned. It was almost like he was reading from my papers when he was speaking about his own culture. And I think the word that we're looking for here is that kind of ties everything together is purpose. You know, we have buyers, we have sellers, we have distributors who do both. We have all these players in the industry, and it's the purpose of each that matters. And that purpose should always be to benefit the people they serve, right? So our job is to make sure all of you guys succeed. It's what's best for you, not what's best for us. A buyer should always be looking to do things in the right way, not just for their own win, but for the best benefit of those that are helping them, you know, in supporting their efforts, and vice versa with the manufacturer. You guys are there to help these guys win. If they don't win, you don't win, right? So there's this push and pull on all sides, and I really enjoyed getting to know you, and I'm looking forward to doing those introductions here tomorrow to make sure that everybody knows who you are, get you guys connected, and make sure that our teams on all sides of the equation can start those conversations and get you guys really integrated.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, I have my team all fired up, ready to contribute in this environment, this platform.
Yeah, and I love Calvin too. You guys out there, if you're watching this and you get to meet Calvin, you're gonna love the kid. He's got a lot of energy, and he's definitely on the same path as we are. So appreciate it, Michael. This is awesome, and we're excited to have you in here.
I'm glad to be here.
This
Very excited
concludes.
too.
Yeah, this concludes today's Inside ProCents blog session. Again, today we focused on Mr. Michael Kwong, the co-founder of our newest seller within the ProCents environment, E2 lighting. I will be sending out introductions, as I mentioned earlier, to each of the members later today. I look forward to getting you connected to open the doors to what ProCents stands for in our power of connections. Thank you once again, sir, for your time and insights.
Well, thank you.
Matt, would you like to close out before I finish with our culture?
I just want to say, you know, at ProCents, we're the power of connections. But again, I think of what Devin just said and Michael said, it's purpose and it's honor. If you do things with a purpose and you honor each other's time, then great things will happen. But if you do things just to check a box without doing it with a purpose, there's no honor in that, and things tend to fall by the wayside. So by partnering together, you're going to find a better path forward. So we're looking forward to it.
Absolutely. All right. And now, as we always do, we close with a bit of our ProCents culture to do it right. We believe here at ProCents that clear, consistent, and transparent communication practices solve 99% of the inefficiencies and challenges that occur in our daily buyer and seller interactions. So to all of our current and future members, the ProCents culture is very simple, and every member enters and adheres to the ProCents promise. Same-day responses to all communication requests, clear and consistent communication practices for efficient interactions, always turning inward for your organizational needs, and a deliberate effort to support all participating members. And it should go without saying, but as usual, I can't help myself. I'll say it anyway. Do what you say you're going to do, always. At ProCents, we make connections that are sticky and that last, then we get out of the way. We open those doors, and our participants always choose their own path, but they do it together. If you'd like to know more about ProCents, check out our website at www.procents.com, or reach out to any one of our leadership team members and get on our calendars. There is no better time than right now to get on this train. We're going to be in Las Vegas. If you're going to be there, we can do a face-to-face. I think it'd be well worth your time. It's always well worth ours. Thank you all once again, and have a great day.
Right.